titled Finding Luck. Please welcome to the lectern, distinguished Toastmaster Vickie Goodman.
Luck. What does it mean? According to the dictionary, luck means to prosper or succeed through chance or good fortune, to come upon something desirable by chance. Raise your hand if you think you are lucky. Any lucky people out there? Surely some of you have experienced opportunities where you feel lucky. Could be situational. It might be in perpetuity. You're just that lucky person. You know, cultures around the world and throughout history intimately intertwine luck in all of our lives. Typically, luck has two aspects. You know what they are? You either have good luck or, you guessed it, bad luck. We also believe that luck is the result of chance. Now, who thinks it would be lucky to win the lottery? Few of you? Anybody? Well, most of us agree that the unexpected good fortune would be incredibly advantageous, make our lives easier, provide us with better opportunities, decrease that worry and anxiety that we have. Winning the lottery, however, is proof that you can't get lucky unless you get in luck's way. Now, for those of you who would love to win the lottery, how many of you regularly buy a lottery ticket? Yeah, I don't. You know, you will never win if you don't play. You have to get in luck's way. So I bet there's more than one of you who has joined me in my quest to ensure good luck. Have you heard the saying, you make your own luck? Well, I've been doing that my entire life. Starting as a very small child, I was taught this. Find a penny, pick it up. All day long, you'll have good luck. And you can be sure I put that wisdom to work. I put that wisdom to work, and I'm happy to report to you today I have a really big jar of pennies. It's also very heavy. In grade school, my peers, I noticed, all started carrying around this soft, furry bit of fur clipped to their belt. And when I asked upon inquiry, I found out that those pieces of fur were the lucky rabbit's foot. The lucky rabbit's foot that guaranteed the owners would win at most the most popular schoolyard game on recess, tetherball. So you can be sure that I got a lucky rabbit's foot. And I always won tetherball. I thought the rabbit's foot was working until I realized that the classmate I was beating was also wearing a rabbit's foot. I coincidentally noticed that I was about a foot taller than most of my classmates. Not sure that had much to do it, but I did remember thinking perhaps the rabbit's foot wasn't that lucky. It certainly wasn't lucky for the rabbit. Now, my sister came up with a good one. She loved horses, and she came home one day with a horseshoe. She nailed it over the doorway of our house, where it stayed for several months because it was there to bring good health and good fortune to all of the occupants in our house. And trust me, when I was a kid, everybody needed good fortune and good health. It stayed over that doorway until one day, as I was leaving to meet a friend, bang, it came right off and hit me in the head. resulting in a trip to the doctor. Obviously, not a very lucky charm for me. Well, this led to our search for that very rare but powerful talisman of luck and good fortune, the four-leaf clover. My friends and I were sure that if we looked carefully, if we took our time, we would find the botanical wonder. After hours of laying on our stomachs in the grass and searching through the weeds, I returned home covered with ant bites and a rash from all the wild grasses. To this day, I don't know if the four-leaf clover brings luck, but I am living proof that just searching for it is very unlucky. Makes me kind of itch just thinking about it. You know, my high school sweetheart gave me a key to his heart. That's what he said. One of the oldest lucky charms and a symbol of unlocking the door to his heart is a key. The key makes one lucky in love. We broke up about 2 weeks later. I've tried many other good luck charms over the years, collecting elephants. I collected elephants for a long time because they symbolize love, wealth, prosperity, and longevity. Trying to capture the magic in witnessing those shooting stars. Shooting stars. Have you ever gone out and looked for those shooting stars? Because you know that if you make a wish, you're guaranteed to come true. The result was actually a room full of elephants that I finally had to sell at a garage sale, and a crick in my neck from looking up at the night sky. I'd venture to say that the majority of those millions or even billions of people who regularly buy lottery tickets or participate in one of those other good luck rituals view losing as bad luck. But is losing really bad luck? Always putting yourself in a position to enjoy good luck also puts you in a position to lose. You've heard the saying, I'm a great believer in luck, and I find the harder I work, the more I have of it. If you prepare and work hard, you are successful, not because your luck improves. Luck doesn't change at all. Only your skill improves. Build your skills, and this will help you find luck when your preparation meets opportunity. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Vickie. I'll be more than willing to give you Miss Bobby, who is not an unlucky black cat. You know her. She's a little tick of a cat, but black cats are actually lucky cats. Anytime you can borrow Bobby. And coming back to our non-envious green, we'd like to welcome back to the lectern May Tran for our second round of feedback evaluation.
Thank you. How about the Augie Boggy of this wonderful speech? I am honored to call my round evaluators. How about Randall, then Nancy?
Good job, Vickie. You definitely keep the pace going with your speeches. Your pauses are perfect, and you maintain voice variety just by those subtle change-ups in your voice. I like that final quote. I was jotting it down just as my name was called. When perseverance meets opportunity, that famous quote out there. I like that ending with that. And just a great analogy of how luck comes through hard work. Terrific. You had a good message. Thank you.
Thank you, Randall. Nancy, then follow up with Melanie.
Did you say Francine or Nancy?
Nancy, our guest, is that okay? Would you like to speak up, Nancy?
I'm here.
It's up to you.
I got a little lost when she started talking about horseshoes, and it made me think about one time when I was in a chariot race and my pony threw a shoe after we went over both chariots, one on either side. And I went back and picked it up after the race and held it over my head. And the announcer liked that. So, yeah, good talk, but I got a little lost.
Thank you, Nancy. Melanie, then Donald.
Thanks, Vickie, for that wonderful speech. I especially liked your background and all the supporting props that really added to your message. And I think it was a clever message with a twist that you kind of used as your repetition throughout. Some of the things that I liked, the twist with the horseshoe background hitting it on your head, the lucky rabbits, not lucky for the rabbits. On the other thing that you might think of improving, if you add some sound effects, like the prop hitting your head, that actually might add some humor. And maybe the jar of pennies, it was hidden in the background. And I know you can't actually lift a jar of pennies that big because they're really heavy. So I don't know if you could maybe use something else that would maybe emphasize how heavy it really was by dragging it on the floor or something along those lines, which might bring some physical humor into it. But wonderful. I'll add a quote from Gary Player, which I really like, which is, "The more I practice, the luckier I get."
Thank you, Melanie. Donald, then Kennedy.
It's my turn.
Oh, Donald first, right? Donald Tolston.
Yes, I had an urgent call that came in, so I wasn't able to listen to the
Oh.
whole presentation. I apologize.
That's okay. That's okay. Thank you, though. Kennedy, where are you? You want to speak?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Although I only heard halfway of your talk, Vickie, I did hear the second part, and I was able to get some. You had some very good transition stories. You started this part that I started liking, or that I started hearing, was about the rabbit foot, and I believe you have enough power in your words. You're able to have some. You're a grammarian within your own speech, but I suggest you incorporate some kind of puns in your words. That's another element of humor that you can add in. For example, when you're talking about your foot higher than most of your classmates, you can actually say, "I'm a rabbit's foot higher than my classmates." Another thing you said about was the nail of the horseshoe on the door. And then you could actually have said, "Well, that horseshoe nailed me in the head." And then another pun you could have said was, "That key that broke my boyfriend's key, gave it to me and broke my heart. That key keyed my heart." Punning to back to you, May.
Thank you, Kennedy. That was cool. Augie Boggy. Yay. How about Gloria? Miss Gloria.
Thanks, May. Melanie gave all of the points I made notes on, that Vickie had great backgrounds and great props and used them all appropriately. So then I went, oh, maybe I won't be called on because all I'm going to do is repeat it. But Vickie always gives great presentations. It's obvious she prepared because everything was appropriate and she was ready to go with it. And I do occasionally buy a lotto ticket. I haven't won very much, but it's kind of fun to have that anticipation. We can stretch Augie Boggy by going with Vickie's yin and yang of lucky. You buy a ticket, but if you don't buy the ticket, you can't win. But a lotto ticket is a way to win something, So that's the only use I have for Augie Boggy today. Thank you, May.
Thank you, Miss Gloria. I think we ran out of time, right? Timer. I saw green.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
May I share very quickly?
Yes, please.
Vickie, you are a very solid, accomplished speaker. That really comes through. You are well organized. Couple of tips for humor. Show us the lottery ticket. And here's a quick line you could have said. I really bought this for whoever. You say, I really bought this for Marjane instead of the ticket to the Oscars, since Tom Cruise wasn't available. And the other thing, something that Tom has put in there, refer to the lucky foot. You know, is a three-legged rabbit really lucky? You know, again, a reverse. And the last thing is, you said that about the three, you were climbing, growing through the grass, and it made you itch. You could use a callback to say, yes, and then I was with my boyfriend, we broke up sometime later. He said, some reason you were around, you made me itch. So I use the callback.